Hi, I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Austin Parker, who's the product lead on our MCP development here at Honeycomb.io. Honeycomb is about observability, and observability is about seeing what's going on in your software. And our MCP is a whole new way to do that. Austin, tell us what you've got going.
One of the things that has always excited me about AI and the potential of AI is that it lets us kind of bring data together in different ways. Honeycomb's MCP server does that with your observability data. MCP lets you connect the observability data about what's going on in production with a variety of tools and get that rich, highly contextual information about what's happening in production right where you need it.
What does that look like?
So to show you what that looks like, I've connected our MCP server for our meta monitoring environment up to Claude Desktop, and I've presented the scenario like, hey, pretend it's my first day at Honeycomb, and I want you to create this interactive artifact that really helps me orient to our system. So if we look at what Claude has done, we can see this data flow architecture to look at a variety of information about the Honeycomb environment. It's even showing me what are my critical SLOs and boards that I should look at. I can even go and jump into a trace or view all the SLOs or create a query. So it used the tools that we provide through our MCP server to do things like get environment details, look at the service map for Honeycomb, get SLOs, boards, run some queries, and then turned all that into this like nice little interactive artifact.
What happens when you use this MCP inside your IDE right next to the code?
One of the great things about MCP is that it plugs into so many things. So you can put it into AI assisted environments like Cursor or Claude Code or Codex or really whatever. So let me show you what it looks like to work with Honeycomb MCP and Cursor. Honeycomb has a lot of expertise about how to do things like instrument your code with OpenTelemetry or update your observability practice. And we've been able to bring that to you through our MCP service. So one of the ways we do that is through these custom slash commands, right? So whenever you set up our MCP service, then you have these new Honeycomb slash commands called OTel analysis and OTel instrumentation. These help AI agents really understand your code and how to find up-to-date information about instrumentation, guidance, and advice.
So with the Honeycomb MCP, instead of relying on the agent's learned information, which is old, the MCP knows where to look, and the agent can go look there and get the most up-to-date information. What about as a developer when I bring the Honeycomb MCP into my development environment with my AI agent?
Once you already have all that rich context about your application, being able to combine that with real-time production data from Honeycomb and then pulling that into the IDE makes it really easy to find and fix bugs in your software. So in this case, I've got a little virtual pet application. So I can see that here's Sparkles. Sparkles is very full, very happy. I want to play with Sparkles. Okay. Oh, it's taking a really long time to play with Sparkles. So it seems like we have a few bugs here, right? And not all of them are going to be immediately obvious to me. But so what I can do is I can say, please look in Honeycomb for any errors or slowness in my application. So it's going to look for exceptions. And you can see we found some database connection timeouts, some 500 status codes, really slow operations. So like a P99 latency of 6 seconds on the gallery. But now what's cool is that it can take those findings from the actual telemetry data and then start looking through my service code itself and figures out what to fix. And so I can see what did it change.
Great. People have been asking for years, when do we get Honeycomb inside the IDE? And now it's here.
That's mostly why I worked on this. Even before I was at Honeycomb, I was like, boy, I really wish I had Honeycomb in my IDE. And then the opportunity came to put Honeycomb in the IDE.
Fantastic. The interface of the future.